Hey Hero fans, this is Todd, and today we're gonna paint these cool 3D printed flame swords. It's made for a 12-inch Balrog, I think his name is. I'm not sure he's the dragon, I think, from Lord of the Rings. I know I should know, but I don't know. But anyway, a long time ago, a friend of mine had one of these swords and it snapped, and he said, "Can you just 3D print the piece that's missing or broken?" I'm like, dude, it'd be easier to make the whole sword from scratch. And ever since then, people keep asking for these swords, so I just keep making them as people ask. They'll see a video like, "Hey," even though I offer this sword for free, not the sword itself, but the print file usually. If you search on my videos, you'll find it. Um, but just recently, I got two I gotta make. I got two. And I put one up for a guy that wanted it. And then later on, I took it off because the guy didn't buy it. And this guy's like, "Hey, I wanted one of those." So I put it back on. And I found out the guy that didn't buy it, he put it in his cart and forgot to actually hit purchase. And so what I do is I paint these in white in PLA plus. Zoop. And then after I print them in white, I take them downstairs to the garage and I hit it with this yellow paint. And then from there, now I'm going to put all kinds of oranges and reds to give it that flame look. And then it'll be done. And then, of course, I'll put a clear coat over the top, a matte coat to finish it off. So let me turn the camera around and let's get going on this. Turn the camera around. Now, as I'm painting this, I may get out of frame once in a while, so I'll just apologize right now, because I know that sometimes I get too involved with painting and it gets out of frame, and then I kind of miss what's going on. So, B and I have two of these to paint. I'm going to paint them at the same time, just so I can get them both together. And I've done videos on this before, but I thought, why I'm painting these, you guys can ask questions. So feel free to ask questions. I'll try to answer them about different figures or anything else that you want to ask. And I may or may not answer it. We'll see. Let's see. Look to me. Oh, hey, Dwight. Thanks for joining us. Dwight Jr. Thanks for being here. And so I have a whole bunch of reds and oranges. This, which one is it? Oh, they're the same. I didn't realize that. I bought a new one. I thought I had two different reds here, but they're both the same red. This red is awesome. This red right here is actually a clearish kind of red. And when you put it on, it will just darken whatever colors you have on there and make them red. So I've used this before for like painting Wonder Woman, so you can still see her straps underneath and everything else. That's a really cool red. Then I have this orange here. Not a fun one. I have this burnt orange that I like a lot. And then I have a couple yellows here. I have a dark yellow, which works really good. And I also have a light yellow. This light yellow is horrible. It basically stays wet and it's really thin. But I use this first for mixing purposes. So I'll paint this on first so that we'll have some nice mixing between the colors. So let's start with our bright yellow. Bright yellow. Let's shake it up. And remember, you can ask me questions and I'll answer them while I'm painting. I kind of wish I had someone in here to read the questions to maybe a lot easier, but that's okay. I will just play it by ear, and let me pull up and see if I can see any questions. Nope, so far it's been Dwight. Again, Dwight, thanks for joining me. Fun, fun, fun. And we'll have fun, fun, fun painting the flame swords today. Now this color is almost the exact same color it already is. So I just pretty much painted on there. And the reason for this is so I have something to blend it with. Because if you just put the regular paint on there without something that's a little bit damp, then it's not going to blend very well. So that's why I like to use this yellow first. And you can see I just kind of put it on light. And it dries pretty quick, but we want to make sure that we are able for the blending purposes of this. So there we go. And you can already see the difference. Look at it. Look at the difference. Anyway, let me do the other one. Bloop. And we'll do the same thing. Just paint that on there. And I want to get these done because I've been sitting on these for a little while. I'm sure the people that purchase them would like to actually get them in the mail someday. So that's why I got to get these all finished. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like the Kool-Aid guy busting through the wall. Oh, yeah. Got a little fuzzy duzzies hanging on there. All right, it's looking pretty good. You're like, it looks the same, Hebrew. It does look the same, and that's good at this point. We're not looking for change yet. Okay, so now that I got my yellows on there, it is time to add just a little bit of red. Just a little bit. Let me check the comments. Let's see. Hey, Mike, thanks for joining us. My Faker He-Man and He-Man have the power of Grayskull. Look good. Okay, Dwight Jr. Thanks, Dwight. Burp. Now, red is a very, very strong color. So I only used a little bit on there because you know, as soon as you add red to anything, it just becomes overpowering. I just want to mix a little bit of orange here with the red and the yellow, but yet I don't want it to be too overpowering. And when we're done, most of the sword's going to have a lot of orange in it and some reds and just a little bit of yellow. So most of this yellow is going to be covered up by the time we're done. That's a nice orange. That's a nice orange. Okay, let's just go ahead and put some light streaks of orange on here. And you can see I'm just kind of hitting the high spots on here and just kind of hitting it a little bit. And while I got this orange out, I'm going to actually put it on both swords. Oh yeah, that's looking pretty good. And it's going to take a lot of different iterations of painting this till finally we get it all done. I'm going to do the handle mostly last at the end. We want to just keep this going. The same kind of styling. And notice I still have a lot of the yellow still wet on there. And now I'm going to mix a little more red to make it a little bit more orange. And we're just going to keep doing that until it starts to look really good. Oh yeah, it's a nice orange. That will give us some really cool stuff. Let me check the comments. Can He-Man have the power sword? Hey, Gnome. Todd's painting up some more bacon strips. Yes, more bacon strips. Time to make flames. You got it. All right. Bacon. And it's nice because this big brush, you can just feel it hit the high points, and it just adds some really cool texturing right off the bat. And I want it on thick enough so that it will blend later on with the reds when we start to add it. So that's the whole trick of this, is for blending purposes as we go on. All right. Well, it is time to introduce some orange to this now. So let me go and take this Tangelo orange. Ooh, these paints are getting crusty. It's almost time to get some new paints. Oh, this one. It's just seen better days. Whoa, that's a lot of orange. I'm gonna need a second cup. I poured so much on there. I did not mean to get so crazy with it. Oh yeah, now that's looking very cool. And remember, our goal was to mostly have this orange with a little bit of yellow and a little bit of red towards the top. So this is coming out nice. All right, now time for the other one. I took off too much orange on my brush. It's just so funny how many times I've made this sword now. I've made glow-in-the-dark versions, I've made clear ones, I've done all kinds of different versions of this sword. Okay, why this is still flaming hot Cheeto, let's go ahead and get right into a little bit of red and finish this off. Erp. You got to be careful because this red is like super strong, as I told you before. So you have to be careful with the red. Oh, yeah. We're just going to hit all the high spots on here with the red. Get that flame on there. Flame on! It's funny. When my kids were younger, I told them, I said, when I'm old and I'm in the hospital, you guys need to come in here and dress up as the Fantastic Four. And I have 4 kids. And I have one son that was on the larger side, so he was going to be Ben Grimm. And then I have another kid, and he's like the cool, wild one. He was going to be the Human Torch, Johnny Storm. And then I have another kid. He's the oldest, and he's the responsible one, and he was going to be Mr. Fantastic. And at the time, my daughter was kind of getting into trouble and stuff, and they're like, she's not going to show up, Dad. I said, well, she could be Invisible Girl. And they're like, that's not nice, Dad. But now we have a great relationship, me and my daughter, so she can show up as Sue Storm, actually in costume. So we'll see someday if my kids come visit me that dressed up that way. That would be cool, though. And you're going, aren't you a He-Man guy? I'm actually a superhero all-around kind of guy. I remember as a kid liking to watch this one show. It was called what was it called? What was it? It was Samson and Goliath. And I actually got the DVDs just recently because they are very connected to He-Man, basically from the Filmation side of it. And so I am planning on making a video series on what shows helped bring about the lore of the Filmation part of He-Man. And in Samson and Goliath, his dog turns into a big giant lion, and he turns into like a muscle-bound kind of hero himself. All right, well, that's looking really good. Let me get the blade here, or the handle here. I just like to do the handle with a bunch of red over the yellow. That looks really good. If you ever look at the original, it's not totally caked in red, so you'd be careful. Again, you want mostly orange, just a little bit of red. And I think this is the sweet spot where we finally got it just right. And the tip right here. And then I will coat this with lots of coats of lots and lots of coats of clear matte. So it will look really good. Look at that. That is sensational. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's my red. Just get a little bit of red on there. Oh, yeah, I'm digging this. All right. I think it's done. I think it's done, except for the clear coats. And that's it. That didn't take very long at all. Wow. Here I've been putting this off for way too long. Let's see. I got my sword with my sword power birthday. Nice. Let's see. I still have smells of those paints, and I haven't used them since I played high school. Thanks, Mike. Looks good. He-Man or Castle Grayskull. Thanks, Dwight. Did you teach yourself how to paint, or did you go to art school? It's just trial and error. I just basically taught myself how to paint. When I was a kid, my brother was really good at painting model rockets and stuff, and he taught me some cool tricks and stuff. But um, I didn't really go to school for it or anything. All right, the bacon strips are done. All right, that's all I got. Thanks for watching. And if this is your last chance for comments, and then I'm gonna take these downstairs and load her up with lots of paint for the clear coats. Going once, going twice. Let me swap the camera around. Hey, so that's all there is. And thanks for joining me. And like they say in the 1987 movie, getting excited about going to watch the new movie coming out. Good journey. Let me check for one last thing of comments before I go. Little He-Man. Okay. Thanks, Dwight. Bye now. Good journey.